Hi and hello dear friends, welcome back once again to our channel Vagai Academy of Mathematics, and this playlist is where you can find video lessons for CBSE Class 11 Applied Mathematics. This session we are about to see a new topic, a very interesting topic, which is going to be seating arrangements. So this is again going to be a very popular topic from the concept of reasoning, and this is a very good topic for you to test a skill of logical reasoning. So how skilled you are in solving a puzzle, a given puzzle. To test that is what we have this particular topic, something called seating arrangement, and we are about to see few basic concepts of this seating arrangement, and that is all we are going to have in this session. Yes, okay. Yes, basically what do you mean by arrangement and how you can expect questions from this arrangement topic? If you see, this will be based on few people, a group of people will be there, and they are to be arranged with some certain conditions satisfied. Those conditions they will be giving in that question itself, in that puzzle itself, and we have to carefully go through those conditions, and satisfying those conditions we have to arrange the group of people. This is all we are expected to do in a seating arrangement puzzle. Yes, okay, yeah, fine. And next is basically, if you see, you can expect your seating arrangement questions. They are asked in two different ways, two different categories, and they are what going to be. The first one is going to be linear arrangement, and the other one is going to be something called circular arrangement. Because you can have in two different ways, you can have your puzzle in two different ways. They are going to be this linear and circular. Let's see about what is this linear arrangement first. From the name itself you can understand it. Linear, that means it is a straight line. Okay, yes. So there will be a few set of a group of people will be there, and those people should be arranged in a straight line, in a straight row. That is going to be the condition. Okay, in a straight line. I can write like this, straight line, or otherwise I can write it as in a row, in a straight row. Okay, so you need to arrange the group of people in a straight row, and they will be giving the conditions. Okay, yes, and based on which you have to arrange the people in a linear way, and that is the reason this is named as linear arrangement. Okay, yes, fine. So this is about a linear arrangement, and we'll come there. This is called something called circular arrangement, and from that name also, from that itself we can easily understand what is going to be a circular arrangement. Okay, so circular arrangement is nothing but you have to arrange people in a circle. Okay, yes, so in a circle you have to arrange, so circle. So circle shape or in a round manner we have to arrange a group of people, and that is what you will have in this kind of circular arrangement puzzle. Okay, yes, so circle in a round manner we have to arrange the people. So in order to give a good understanding, for you to have a better understanding, let me just draw a diagram and then show you. Okay, yes, so linear arrangement will be nothing but a straight row, and people will be seated like this. Okay, so we can have an example. Okay, so in many places we can have an example, right? Yes, so for an example we can see a theater hall. You will be having people seated in a row only, correct? Yes, so in that way you will be having the thing. So that is going to be an example of a linear arrangement. And also you can even consider to be a meeting or a thing, something happening in front of a dais is there, and some speaker will be there, and in front of the speaker there will be few people sitting in a row. So this is going to be an example, right? Okay, so these are all going to be some examples of this linear arrangement. So wherever you happen to see people who are sitting or who are standing in a row, in those kind of situations are what we will talk about, this linear arrangement. Okay, yes, yeah. Now coming to circular arrangement, this is, as we discussed, this is going to be a circle manner. Okay, so people will be arranged in a circle. So like for an example, people are like this. Okay, so there are few people, they are going to be arranged in the circle. So this manner they are going to be seated, and we can take an example of how we can take. So a group of people are going to participate in a dinner. Okay, maybe for a dinner they are meeting at a restaurant. They are going to meet they are going to sit in a circle away, so that each of them can see others face also, right? Okay, so this is how people will be sitting in a table, right, around a circular table. They will be taking their dinner. This is how they will be seated, and this is going to be an example of circular arrangement. Okay, yes, so puzzles based on these kind of arrangements are what we are going to see here for this session. and we are not going to see anything deeper here. We are just going to see only some basic concepts, what are all the hot words they will be using, and how to approach that kind of arrangements, and how to interpret the meaning from that. All these things, all these basic concepts are what we are going to see here in this session. And after seeing this session is what you will be able to solve the puzzles based on these arrangement questions. Okay, that we'll have separately, but this session we are just going to have only few basic things about this arrangements. That is all we are going to have in this session. Yes, let us start. Yes, we will start with linear arrangement first. Here is a basic example for us to understand the idea of what is a linear arrangement and try to understand the puzzle. Yes, yeah. So if you see this example, there are totally 9 people here, and these 9 people are seated here in these 9 positions. Okay, and remember, they are all seated in a straight row, and they all face towards one direction. They are facing towards north. Okay, so north is by default we will take it to be upwards. Okay, so they are all facing towards upwards. Okay, they are all looking at this side. Okay, so this way we will imagine it, and now we will try to understand this puzzle with some very frequently asked questions. Okay, and very frequently asked questions in the sense, these are all the ways you can expect your questions, and also once you try to understand these questions, you will be able to understand, or you will be able to solve the puzzle, the given puzzle, linear arrangement puzzle. Okay, that is going to be the objective of this example. So yes, let us see here. There are 9 people, as we have seen, these 9 people are seated like this. So the arrangement is looking like I is here in the first position, E is here next to I, then D, then H, C, A, F, B and G. So this arrangement is starting from I to G, and they are all arranged in a random order. Okay, now this is the arrangement. By keeping this arrangement to be a fact, let us try to see, or let us try to understand the meaning of what are all the questions they have asked below, and we'll try to answer them one by one. Okay, yes, fine. Okay, now come to the first question here. Who is seated to the immediate left of F in this arrangement? This is going to be the question. Okay, yes, yeah. Immediate left they are asking. So the word immediate means, what does it mean? It means the person who is sitting just to that person. Okay, just the very next position. That is what we call it to be immediate. And immediate, what word they have used here? Immediate left they have used. Okay, so immediate left of H is what they are asking. So now go see the arrangement. In arrangement, our person F is here. Okay, yes. So with reference to F, we have to see the immediate left position. Okay, yes. See, F is here. For the person F, which one is going to be the left hand side of F? For F, this is going to be left hand side and this is going to be right hand side. Is it or not? So that means with respect to F's position, we have to see the left position and immediate left. So the one who is sitting very next, the next left position, who is sitting here? A is sitting. So that means immediate left of F is going to be A, is the answer for our first question. Okay, yes, I hope you are able to understand this. This same way is what we are going to understand each and every question here, and we have to answer them. Okay, we are going to answer everything. Next is, who is sitting to the immediate right of E? I think you can easily answer this. Immediate right asking, they are asking. Immediate right they are asking. Immediate right of E they are asking. So if you see, E is position here, E space is here, and from E you have to see immediate right hand side. Okay, so for E, which one will be the right hand side? So right hand side will be here, is it or not? So for E, this is the right hand side, and immediate right is going to be occupied by which person? It is going to be D. So put D here. That's the answer for our second question. And next question number 3, third question we have, who is sitting to the second to the left of A? Second left of A they are asking. So come to A is here. So with reference to A only they are asking this question, raising this question, right? So we have to come to the A's position only. So who is sitting to the second to the left of A? This is the question. So A is here. Second left of A, in the sense we have to see the left hand side of A. So left hand side of A will be like this, and that too, which way we have to see? We have to see left hand side, and that too they are asking second to the left they are asking. So what do you mean by that, second to the left? So A is here. So A's left hand side we have to see, that too 1, 2, the second position. Okay, that's what they're asking. Left, and that too the second position they're asking. Okay, please don't count from that A itself. Okay, that will be a wrong answer. That should be a wrong approach. That will be a wrong approach. So we have to second to the left of A, in the sense we have to leave A, and from A we have to take like this C is the first person and this H is the second person, and that is the way we have to do our counting. So second left of A will be the person H, and H is going to be the answer for this third puzzle. Okay, yes. And next, who is sitting third to the right of D? Third to the right of D, in the sense how we have to answer this? Third to the right of D. D is here, and this time we have to move third right, we have to move. So D is here. Right hand side means 1, 2, 3. Third right is going to be A. So the answer is A for this question. And next, who is sitting fifth to the right of H? So come to H, and we have to move fifth to the right hand side of H. Okay, yes. So that means H is here. Right hand side of H will be here, this side. Okay, so that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're asking fifth, right? So that means we have to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means we are getting G. So fifth to the right of H is, who is sitting there? G is sitting. So G is the answer for this question. And yeah, next important word they are using here, extreme positions. Which two people are sitting in the extreme positions? What do you mean by extreme? So extremes are like end positions. Okay, very simple, the end positions. Okay, so which two people are going to be occupying the two end position? Left end is occupied by this I, and right end is occupied by G. So that means end extreme positions are I and G. They are going to be the extreme people. Okay, yeah, fine. Next is, how many people are sitting between D and B? Okay, so this question they are asking between. How many are between D and B? Okay, so that is, we have to see both of them, D and B, both the things we have to see, both the people we have to see. D is here and B is here. How many people are sitting between D and B? That's what they are asking. So that means, how many are there between D and B? You yourself can easily count it and see. H, C, A, F. So that means there are 4 people sitting between these two people, D and B. So that means 4 is going to be the answer for this question. And next, very important question, who is sitting in the middle position? Okay, so what do you mean by the middle position? Middle means the center. Okay, the exact middle. Which one is sitting in the exact middle position? So see here, totally how many people are here in this group? There are totally 9 people there. Okay, so out of the 9 people, we have to carefully see which among them is sitting in the middle position. Okay, that is going to be this question, and it is very easy for us to see the person C is who is sitting in the middle position. Okay, yes. So I'll just round that C and show you how it is middle. It's very easy for us to understand. Totally 9 people are there, right? So except C, if you see, C's left hand side there are 4 people, and C's right hand side there are 4 people. So that is, from this itself you can easily visualize that C is going to be the center, I mean the middle person. Okay, yes, I think you are able to understand it very clearly. C, if you see, from C's perspective, if you see, left hand side, to his left hand side there are 4 people, and to his right hand side there are 4 people. So that means you have got, C has got equal number of people on both the sides. Okay, on either side. So that means it is very clear that C is the middle person. That's it, very simple. So if you have equal number of people on both the sides, so that is the person. That person is the one who is going to be seated in the middle position. So in that case, C is going to be the middle position. Yes, okay, middle person. Next is, what is the position of F with respect to H? So this question they are asking us to get the position. Okay, what is the position of F with respect to H? So usually students will confuse in these kind of questions only. So we should be very careful in evaluating and understanding the question, interpreting the question. We should be carefully doing it. Just see it carefully. Okay, position of F with respect to H. This is going to be the question. Is it or not? So in that case, what we can do here is just see with respect to, or with reference to whom they are asking. With reference to H only they are asking. Is it or not? So in that case, come to this arrangement. Okay, come to this H. So our question is like, from the perspective or from the position of H, where is F sitting? This is going to be a question. Let me repeat the question. What is the position of F with respect to H? This is a question, right? So that means if you look at from H's position, where is F sitting? That is going to be this question. Okay, so from the position of H, where is F sitting here? Just see here, F is here. Okay, so that means from H's position, F is there on the right hand side only. Okay, yes, don't see from here to here. With respect to H, with reference to H only they are asking. Okay, so with reference to H means from H only we have to start. Okay, so from H we have to start, and we have to look at F's position. So that is, from H, if you see, F is at which position? F is at right hand side, and that too, how many seats? 1, 2, 3. 3 positions. How many positions if you see? Na? The count if you see 1, 2, 3. And as you are told, don't count from that first person, H itself. So from H, if you want to see for F, it is like 1, 2, 3. That means third right is going to be the answer. So third right is the answer for this question. Okay. Last one more question we have, a very similar question. So here they are asking, what is the position of D with respect to C? Okay. Again, here they are asking with respect to C. That means we have to start from that reference person only. So that means we have to start from C only. Okay. So let me just erase this. So with reference to C only they are asking. So that means from C we have to see. Okay. So from C, what is the position of D? They are asking. So from C we have to see whose position? D's position. So from C's seat, just see where is D sitting? D is there on left hand side of C. Is it or not? Correct? Okay. Because if the person is here, this side, we can tell it is right hand side. But this person D is here, this side. So that means for C, for the person C, this is going to be left hand side. Okay. Yes. So C's left hand side is what? This person is going to be, D is going to be seated. And that to how many positions? From C, if you see 1, 2, that means second left is going to be the answer. So second left is the answer for this question. Okay. Yes. So I hope now you are clear with all these answers, how we are able to answer these questions. Actually, why purposely I gave this puzzle here is, only if you try to understand this kind of puzzles only, you will be able to solve the puzzle itself. Why? Because in question, the same way is what they will be using statements, conditions in framing it. Okay. And we have to carefully see it, evaluate it. In that way, we have to arrange the people. Okay. So that is going to be the important task for us to do. And that is the reason, if you understand these meanings only, you will be able to solve that puzzle. And that is the reason we are just seeing all these meanings and everything. Okay. Yes. I hope this linear arrangement is clear to you. And next we'll move on to circular arrangement. Now next we got an example from circular arrangement. Here again we are going to do the same thing, like how we had an example for linear arrangement, like there we tried to get the understanding. The same way here for circular arrangement we are going to do the same thing. So for which I have taken an example based on circular arrangement. Okay. Yes. So if you see this arrangement here, there are totally 8 people are there. Okay. They are seated around a circular table like this. And another important thing is they are all facing the center. Okay. So 8 people are there. And who are those 8 people? They are going to be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay. There are 8 people seated here, but they are not in a proper order. Okay. They are seated in a random order. They are not sitting in a proper, okay, not in a proper order. They are seated like A is here, B is here, C is here, like that. In a random order they are seated. And they are all facing towards the center. That is also a very important point. We have to keep it in our mind. So facing towards center means what is the meaning? That is like if A is here, A will be sitting like this. And H is here, H will be seated like this. H will be seeing like this. And F will be facing like this, B will be facing like this. So like all these people, they will be facing towards the center only. So this is the meaning of facing towards the center. So what happens if there are people, if these people are going to face towards the center, what will happen? Now what happens is, if they are all faced towards the center, now clearly they can see all the other remaining faces. Okay, that is what will happen. Why? Because if A is sitting like this, A can see all the other remaining 7 people's faces. Okay, so this is the way they are seated, like facing towards the center. Okay, yes. Now based on this kind of arrangement, if we have questions or if we have the puzzle sentences, how to answer it, how to interpret it, like that is what we have got certain set of, a set of questions here. We have got certain questions. Let's try to understand carefully and we'll have to answer this question. Let's try to do it. Okay, yes. Yeah, our first question. Which person is seated to the immediate left of C? Like how we had there for linear arrangement, the same way here also we have questions, but we will see how carefully we have to answer it here. Okay, yes. Which person is seated to the immediate left of C? Okay. So for which what we have to do? We have to look at the position of the person C here in this arrangement. Okay. Now you can see here, where is C seated? The position of C is here. C is at the bottom here, correct? Okay. So C is seated here and they are asking which person is seated to the immediate left of C. This is our question. Okay. Now, if the person C is seated here and C is facing like this, what you can tell about the left hand side of C? Left hand side of C will be here and right hand side of C will be here. Is it or not? No doubt in that. C's left hand side is here and C's right hand side is here. But the first question is asking who is seated to the immediate left of C. That's our question. Okay. So immediate left of C. That means the very next person who is seated to the left hand side of C is what is they are asking in the question. So immediate left of C is going to be this person G. So G is going to be the answer for this question, the first question. And coming to the next one, who is seated to the immediate right of C? That's our next question. So again, with respect to C only they are asking the question. Now C's right hand side we have to see. So C is right hand side, we have got the person E. So that means E is the person seated very next to the immediate right of C. That means answer is E to this question. Okay, yeah, fine. Yeah, come to the next question. Who is seated to the immediate left of H? That is our question. Now to answer that question we have to go to the position of H here. So H is seated here. Now we have to answer who is seated to the immediate left of H. Be careful with the question. Okay, immediate left of H. This is our question. And just carefully see how is H seated here. H is seated here and H's perspective, from H's perspective if you see, H is seeing in this direction. Is it or not? Then logically or from H's perspective you try to imagine which side will be the left hand side of H and which side will be right hand side of H. That we have to carefully imagine. Okay, maybe for us when we look at this board or when you work it out this puzzle in a paper, for us H's left will be like A, and for us, for our eyes, H's left will be A and H's right will be F. But this question is not with our perspective, it is with their perspective. Okay, the people who are seated here, with their perspective we have to see this question. Or in other words, if I want to say, we have to answer this question in such a way that we are one who are seated here among these 8. Okay, in that way we have to see. Okay, suppose if this question is asked in terms of H, okay, immediate left of H, we have to imagine like we ourselves only H. Okay, I am the person who is H and I am seated here, and from my perspective I have to see this question. Okay, yes. So for me, if I am the person who is H, for me my left hand side will be like this. Is it or not? Because I am looking like here. Okay, I am looking like this in this direction. For me left hand side will be like this and right hand side will be like this. Okay, yes, is it or not clear, right? So H's perspective, left hand side will be like this and right hand side will be like this. So that means immediate left of H means we have to go to this side only, that is F is going to be the answer. Okay, be careful in that. Try not to confuse it here. Okay, yes, be careful. You just think in a while. Okay, you just think for a while. You just sit in silence and then imagine it. You can easily get the answer. So from H's views, left hand side is there and right hand side is what is here. Okay, and now see the next question. Who is seated to the immediate right of H? So immediate right of H will be H's right hand side. So this side. Okay, for me I am showing it to my left hand side. Okay, but for H's person, that person H, right hand side will be like this. Is it or not? So immediate right of H will be this person A. So that means answer is A for this question. Okay, yeah, next is who is seated to the second right of A? This is our question. So A is here, second right of A we have to see. So what about A's position? A is here and A's right hand side we have to go. For a person who is seeing like this, okay, who is facing like this, his right hand side will be where? His right hand side will be like this. Is it or not? Like this. Just carefully you have to see. Okay, A is seated here, A's right hand side will be like this and we have to go for which position? Second right of A. We have to go for second right. So that means from A we have to go for second right. So that is 1, then 2. So that means second right of A we are getting G. So that means G will be the answer for this question. Yes, okay, all right. And next is who is seated to the third left of D? They are asking third left of D in the sense D is here and from D's perspective we have to go for third left we have to go. So first of all, for D's perspective, which one will be the left hand side of D? D's left hand side will be like this side. Okay, this side. Okay, so this side we have to go for third left. Okay, so that means D is here, 1, 2, 3, third left will be like here, this position. So that means F will be the person who is seated to the third left of D. I hope you are able to understand this clearly. So D's right hand side will be like this, but D's left hand side we want, D's left hand side will be like this. That too they are asking third left they are asking. Okay, be careful with the words. Third left they are asking. So D's third left means 1, 2, 3. Left hand side third position. It is going to be occupied by the person F. So F is going to be the answer for this question. Next is who is seated to the opposite of B? Okay. Since this is a circular arrangement question, and that too, see how many people are seated here. There are exactly 8 people seated here, is it or not? So the number of people in this group is going to be 8. It is an even number, right? Okay, in that case, whenever you got even numbers, this kind of questions also you can expect. Who is seated to the opposite of any one particular person? That way also you can expect questions. Okay, it is going to be easy. Opposite of B they are asking, right? So first of all we will see where is B. B is here. So B's opposite is whom? This is what they are asking. Okay, B's opposite means, that means we have to see in such a way that B is exactly facing which person on his opposite side. That is going to be the question. Okay, so B's position, opposite position will be like this. So that means B is going to be facing D. Okay, so that is opposite of B is going to be D only. Okay, and similarly if B's opposite is D, then obviously similarly D's opposite will be B. Okay, because if A is opposite to B, B is opposite of A. That is quite natural, right? So in the same way, B's opposite is D means, again the answer for the question, who is seated at D's opposite? D's opposite will be obviously B only. Okay, yes. And next is, who is seated to the opposite of G? They are asking opposite of G. So that means we have to look at the position of G here. So G's opposite is whom? This is the question. So G's opposite is, G's arrow is going for this one, this side. Okay, so that is G's opposite is the person. F is going to be the answer. Very simple. Okay, so G's opposite is F is the answer for this question. And next, another important thing, I just want to reveal it here itself for a better clarity. What I want to tell is, if you see these two questions, they are particularly asking for opposite positions. Okay, yes. And one more thing, I just want to carefully note it here itself. Whenever you try to do a circular arrangement and you try to arrange the people, try to have equal distance between any two neighbors. Okay, so neighbors in the sense the neighboring, the very next people who are seated here. Okay, using the word neighbors also you can expect questions. Okay, so neighbor is nothing but very simple. Neighbor means it is going to be the immediate next people. Okay, immediate next. Okay, so immediate next is what we refer to the word neighbor. Okay, so in that case, in what way we have to place these people is, we have to carefully place them in such a way that we maintain some equal gap between the neighbors. In such a way we have to draw an arrangement. Okay, we shouldn't draw it in a random way, like this gap is more and this gap is less. In that way, if we arrange it, it won't look in a very good way, and that too you will feel very hard to answer these questions. That too, this kind of opposite questions you will find it very hard to answer. So to avoid that confusions is what, if you try it in a neat way, like maintaining an equal gap, this looks very nice and you will also feel easy to answer these kind of questions. Okay, that is the reason I just wanted to insist here itself. Yeah, I hope you got this also. And last, one more question we have, how many people are sitting between H and E? Again, this is another very important question. Okay, how many people are seated between H and E, they are asking. Okay, so here also most students have a possibility to get confused with this question. Okay, so how many people are seated between H and E? So the question appears to be very simple, but when it comes to this arrangement diagram, you will find it little harder and you will find it confused, little bit confused. I will tell why it is. Okay, how many are between H and E? So that means we have to look at this H's position and E's position. Okay, yes, is it or not? So how many people are seated between this H and E? That is going to be this question. Now you can give two possible answers for this question. You can give two answers. You may wonder how it is. Okay, it's simple for us to understand. If you just logically think itself, we can understand. Between H and E, how many people are there in between? This is going to be the question, right? They didn't ask anything specifically, right? They just asked how many people are between H and E. Now if you see, I can see H here and E here. Now I can count in two ways. I can count. One is clockwise, I can see this. Okay, clockwise I can count from H. Okay, so clockwise, if you see, clockwise means this is the clockwise direction, right? Yes, so that means H and E. Clockwise, if you see, there are two people sitting between H and E. Is it or not? So that is, I'll write it in with a clarity. I'll write it. Okay, so clockwise, if you count from H. Okay, clockwise from H, if you see, the answer to this question will be 2 is the answer. Very simple. Why? Because H and E are there. Clockwise, I'm seeing from H, so it is like there are two people, F and B are sitting. But whereas the same question, if you see anti-clockwise from H, okay, let me write it here, anti-clockwise from H, if you see, so between the same two people, between the same two people H and E. Now if you see anti-clockwise direction, there are A, D, G, C. There are 4 people seated between this H and E. I hope you are able to understand this. So clockwise if you count, one possible answer, that is 2. And anti-clockwise if you count, there is another answer. There are 4 people seated. So 4 is the answer for this question. Yes, okay. Yeah, I think you are clear with this logic also, this circular arrangement also. Why? Because again, these are going to be the very frequent words, very hot words they will be using in a circular arrangement question. So you should be very careful enough in handling it. And that too, this left right also you should be very careful. That left right you have to see with that person's perspective. Okay, that is what is really important. And once you are very sure only, you will be able to answer those questions. That is also very important. And be careful with these kind of words also, between, opposite, these words also. You should be very careful. Okay, alright, yes. Now I think you got an idea about this circular arrangement also. Yes, fine. I hope you are able to understand some basic concept of what about this arrangements, linear arrangement, circular arrangement, how to approach the puzzle, and what are the hot words they will be using, how to manage with those words. Everything you got some basic idea about these arrangements through this session. And if you feel that you have got any doubts, you are most welcome to comment it in the comment box. And again, what I have planned is the next exercise 3.6 from our standard book, ML Agarwal and Neeraj Rajain. This exercise 3.6 is going to be an exercise. It is from this concept of arrangements only. So I have made a video for that exercise solutions also, and you can find the solution of this exercise 3.6 from the video session I have attached in the iCards. You can even see that for you to get a better idea. And again, in the next session we'll catch up with some other concept. See you soon there. Thank you so much.